insane, but I took the time just to practice my range. Yeah, I put him to sleep.
Welcome to Bournemouth. We are at the BIC, top of the bill. We have a huge fight, Billam Smith against Jose. I hope we're getting that right. We've butchered it a few times today. We have just spoken to Michael McKinson.
Yeah.
He looked in good spirits, right?
He did, yeah, coming off that loss against Virgil Ortiz Jr., who's 19-0, 19 KOs. Arguably the best prospect in the world right now. Yeah. So, you know, it was a massive ask for McKinson to go over there and get victory. He's in good spirits and he's looking forward to getting back to winning ways. And joining us in the ring right now is a local lad, Mace Ruig, who's
I hope you saw that. I hope you got that.
Who's a little bit of an entertainer, but he can fight, Mace.
Yeah,
he's unbeaten.
He can. He looks good. Switch hitting.
Yeah.
Got some tricks. I'm not sure if the referee will let him get up on the turnbuckle and do that, but yeah, very good.
Let's just get a little word with Mace now. Mace, how are you doing, mate? How are you feeling for Saturday night? Homecoming for you, boxing in your hometown, big night.
Been 3 years, isn't it? So feel good, feel relaxed. Can't wait to put a show on, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you look nice and relaxed in there. You put your shots together so nicely. What are we expecting on Saturday night?
Just entertainment. That's all I want to do.
That's your game, innit? Just pure entertainment.
Entertain people, this is what it's about. I'm here, I'm ready. Big platform like this, I'm excited.
You're 7-0, obviously the chance to go 8-0 on a big platform. What does it mean to win, but win well?
As long as I look good and I've got a good smile, that's all that matters, you know. So for me, as long as I display my boxing, I've been doing this my whole life, so that's all that matters to me.
Looking to do any of those tricks? You know, I saw you just do a backflip off the turnbuckle. I'm not sure if the ref's going to allow that, but
I might have a little stand and 8 count there, won't I, because my feet are off the ground, but to be honest with you, yeah, people will walk away from Saturday night, that boy's entertaining and I want to see him again. So.
Look, we was down in July, we was down here, Billam Smith beat Isaac Chamberlain in arguably one of the fights of the year. I want to touch on the atmosphere in there. I mean, the Bournemouth crowd love their boxing. You know, it hasn't been here for many years, going back to probably Freddie Mills was the biggest fighter that come out of here, big name back in the day, but boxing's sort of not really been about in Bournemouth. Billam Smith sort of brought it back. That atmosphere in there is absolutely insane, and obviously you're going to be a big part of that on Saturday night, being a local lad.
Well, I fueled off of that, but a big thanks to Billam Smith for bringing that love. Bournemouth, you know, Bournemouth, we've got some good boxers here, so thanks to him for bringing it. And yeah, that's my fuel. The people, I've sold a few tickets as well, so I'm going to vibe off it.
Mace, thanks for talking with us. We'll see you tomorrow. How's the weight?
Yes, Sal.
Good?
All good, brother.
Good luck. I'll see you tomorrow.
The entertainer. All right, well done, bro.
In the ring now is Corey Gibbs, Boxer Series winner. A very, very good boxer.
Listen, another talented boxer there. We're just speaking to one there, Mace Ruig, who we know is an entertainer, he's a mover, he likes to, you know, use the ring, and so does Corey Gibbs. You know, winning that boxer tournament, he was an underdog going into that one, and he showed us that, you know what the great thing about those boxer tournaments are, that kids get discovered on those, and that's what we got with Corey Gibbs. He's sort of been under the radar, that gave him a big platform, and then he's obviously looking to showcase his skills here again on Saturday night.
Do you know what? He was actually my favourite to win it. I do fancy the boxers in these tournaments. They're able to just, you know, pick people off. You have to be at a fast pace, and sometimes it does suit a boxer. He just looks very, very good as an amateur.
Yeah.
He won pretty much everything there was to win. Very smooth. Not the biggest puncher. He's always thinking about before the shot and after the shot where he has to be, but a very, very good talent.
Yeah, he certainly is. Looking forward to seeing him again here on Saturday night. He's a kid that feeds off this sort of atmosphere. You know, like he took that opportunity in boxer with both hands, to be fair. So I say, it was one of those that has gone under the radar, because he's not a guy that goes, he's not explosive, he's not knocking people out. Yeah. So only your boxing purists would know who he was at that stage.
And he's not even on social media or anything like that. He's on there, but his trainer complains that, you know, a lot of times he don't even have a phone. You know, he's really not like
Who don't have a phone these days?
Honestly, that's one of the endearing things about him. He's not one of the, you know, the typical fighters from this generation that are always on their phone. He's just, you know, happy in the gym, lives a very quiet life, lives it, and you can just see how much talent he's got. You know, they don't give these amateur medals away. He's a very, very good fighter. Time for us to kick on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I like about these open workouts? You get a chance to see these kids, they giving it their last little workouts before the big night on Saturday night, and you see them going through their skills and going through their game plans, etc., etc. But you get a sense of what they're going to deliver on the night, don't you?
Yeah, definitely, and you can see it, you know, long before it even happens sometimes, you know. Same way you can see a bad performance coming, you can usually see a good performance coming. But I just think it's excellent, you know, you'd never expect really to be in Bournemouth in December. It is ice cold out there.
Mate, I've got to tell you.
It's not like it was in July.
I've got to tell you, mate, we was down in July, a bit like I say, Billam Smith, Isaac Chamberlain, best week we've had, boiling hot, unbelievable sands, the sea, food, everything was there. It was beautiful, and then we had an amazing night of boxing as well. Coming in now, mate, I was down. Did you go down the seafront yet?
Why on earth would I go down the seafront?
Wow.
Have you been there?
Wow, Arctic is the word, Arctic. Yeah, I went down there.
You said you was going to run in the sea tomorrow.
I'm going in the sea, yeah. You know,
we'll see.
That's what men do. But anyway, back to
I brought my swimming trunks.
Hey, I'm in. I swear down. Right, you know when I was boxing, this is a true story. When I was boxing, Hampstead Heath, every morning we used to run through Christmas, New Year's Day, Boxing Day. Every day we went in a lake through summer and winter, broke the ice. So that's why I said to you, like, you don't realise how good it is. I mean, there's a small chance of pneumonia.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, bigger than small.
Yeah.
Corey looks like he's almost finishing. It's a weird one because some of these fighters will still have quite a bit of weight to get off, perhaps till tomorrow, so maybe they will go more through the paces than they would.
Yeah, you can see he's having a big workout here. Like I said to you, some fighters, they go through like tactics and this and that, like when their work's been done. With Corey, some fighters like to work up to the day. See, I would taper off about a week before, start bringing it down. Like now, I'll be doing a light bit of shadow and a little bit of stretch because the work been. But other fighters are different.
You know, like
he's having a proper workout.
Yeah, he is. High hopes for Corey Gibbs. Honestly, he's and his brother, very, very good. Both of them, very good fighters.
Yeah, you know, he's at that stage of his career now. He's got the platform. Now it's all about the development, you know, just picking the right opponents at the right time and slowly but surely, you know, getting him to where he needs to be.
I think he needs to be wary of, you know, making enough noise with your performances. If you're not, you know, the loudest person in the room, your performances do need to speak volumes for you. Unfortunately, you know, you can shout your way to a world title or to a British title, but the other way to do it is probably a little bit harder, which is the way Corey does it. He just puts on good performances.
We live in a world where social media plays a huge part of it. Fights get made on social media through a little bit of beef going on between two guys. I've seen that in the past many times. Like where Corey's this kid that likes to do his talking in the ring, he's got to deliver. He can't have below par performances because he's not speaking, he's not on social media, he's not doing all that sort of stuff. So he has to deliver in there.
Let's have a talk about a couple of fights that's on this card. Who are you most looking forward to?
Listen, it's a big card. Obviously, Billam Smith, because I just know that he fights with his heart on his sleeve. He's one of those guys that's always in exciting fights. There's a fight on the undercard, actually. Nick Campbell and Steve Robinson that I'm looking forward to because they're both on that level, and I respect them both for going through that fight.
Let's get them both here.
Absolutely.
We'll get them both here.
Get them both here.
Together.
Definitely. And then I must obviously mention Dan Aziz's British Light Heavyweight title, putting it on the line against Rocky Fielding. Yes.
Hello, mate. How you feeling? It seemed like a heavy workout.
Yeah, no, it was alright. It's alright, man. Just shaking a bit of cobwebs off, but ready to go, man. Feeling sharp. I was ready to put on a good performance.
Do you know what we were saying? Like, you know, some fighters, all different fighters approach things differently. Like Derek Chisora in my gym. Derek works hard up until the final day. And then other fighters, like myself, I was one of those that would taper off of about a week to go. Like today, you'd have seen me like barely breaking the sweat doing that. You look like you was having fun in there, mate. I mean, you got a serious sweat on there.
I'm always having fun. You know what I mean? You gotta have fun in there. You know what I mean? All the hard work's done. So you gotta have fun now. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying the last day. Even my weight's perfect, so I'm enjoying myself now. Just can't wait to get in there properly, and especially in Bournemouth. I haven't boxed here before, and the last show was a massive show. I watched it, and yeah, man, I can't wait to get back on under these lights.
Yeah, it's a brilliant atmosphere in there. Everyone knows how talented you are.
Yeah.
What hopes do you have for yourself for next year? Obviously, it's the perfect way to win the year with a win, but what do you want to achieve next year?
Just titles. I've been training for a title for this fight, but weren't meant to be. But that's what it is, man. I'm training for titles, so especially after this one, I'm ready. I'm ready for titles, British, any title I'm ready for, and that's all I want for this one.
Brilliant. Corey, listen, best of luck for Saturday night. Look great in there, mate, and go do the stuff. Well done.
Thank you, lad.
Lovely.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's what we're saying about this guy, man. He's just like a lovely guy, isn't he? You know what I mean?
Right, do something.
He don't need to sell himself on social media and all that. He's just top guy, man. So yeah, give Corey a follow.
Lee Cutler's just gotten a local boy as well.
Yeah, he has. And do you know what? I was speaking to his trainer earlier. Lee sold over 400 tickets for the show.
Of course he did.
So yeah,
very
absolutely.
popular boy.
Very popular. He boxed on the last show actually.
Yeah.
I think he had a first round KO last time. I know he won inside the distance anyway. Last time out. Big crowd there again. He's got a great following, and yeah, he's an exciting fighter. I'm looking forward to seeing him on Saturday night.
These are the kind of gems that you find, you know. Boxing, big time boxing hasn't been in Bournemouth for a long time. But you come down here and you know he can sell tickets, he can punch, he can talk. He's another good lad, you know. Honestly, he was one of the stars of July 30th, whenever it was we were here last. He really put on a good performance, and obviously sold a lot of tickets. So what's not to like?
Yeah, listen. With him as well, he's like one of those guys that feeds off the atmosphere, feels it. Like some fighters fold under pressure. Yeah. He's one of those guys that sort of like feeds off that. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to that. Boxing back in Bournemouth is good for these kids, you know, like it's been missing for the best part of 20 odd years. I mean, you have to go back to Freddie Mills back in the, what was that, 60s, 70s, 60s?
Yeah, a long time ago.
A long time, before me and you anyway.
Hey, the 60s, a lot 70s, more than 20 years ago, mate.
Absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, you got, what I'm saying is you go back to Freddie Mills, when last time they had a real superstar from down here. Yeah. Billam Smith is on the verge of that now. Yeah. Done this wicked thing today, actually. We went down to Bournemouth Football Stadium. Harry Redknapp turned up. Yeah. You know, he used to be a big part of that back in the day. He managed them back in the 70s, played there in the 80s. Played there in the 70s, managed them in the 80s. Yeah. He was talking Chris Fruit potentially fighting in the stadium.
That is the big one.
That is the big one. That's what they're planning for 2023. Billam Smith comes through this fight. You know, they're looking for world title opportunities. WBO number 2, IBF number 3, WBA number 4.
Very well across the board.
Yeah,
you know, this is the fight that should slingshot him into world titles. I think he is going to have maybe some troubles trying to lock down which champion he's after. The belts are a little bit scattered. I'm not sure how many mandatories have been called in, but they're a little bit tied up. But he is a big draw, you know. And if we can make something happen in the summer, at Bournemouth Stadium, is it
Listen,
Dean Road, Dean something?
No, I was only there today as well. It'll come back to me. Don't worry.
It's a lovely stadium anyway.
Vitality.
Oh, is it the Vitality?
Vitality. There you go. Excuse me. You know, long career.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Let's take a look at Cutler.
It would be a very, very good move for Chris, and he can't take us out of the ball. It's a potential banana skin. You know, he's fighting someone who's 14-2, yes, but he can spring surprises, especially cruiserweights, always.
And he's come to win as well. You know, speaking to his agent earlier, he said, listen, mate, this is not a foregone conclusion. Billam Smith's a guy that likes to have a fight, likes to have a tear up. We know that. And his opponent sees this as a world title opportunity for him. Because that puts him then on that stage, you know, so huge platform as well.
As far as world titles, from a personal perspective and a business perspective, who do you aim at? You know, you definitely can't go after Lawrence Okoli, that's your friend and your stablemate.
Listen, you got to look at Makabu or something like that, WBC champion, cracking on now. You know, that's the sort of route I'd like to look at. But you've obviously got Richard Riakporhe as well knocking on the door, and they boxed before in a close fight, a bit controversial.
But the thing is,
and I just think that could be like a final eliminator before boxing for one title.
Would you want it?
I mean, I know.
Well, for this
I wouldn't
fight
want to.
Here, they both agreed the fight. but does it make enough sense for them two to fight each other at this point when they're both not gonna...
No.
Wait till
But
world champions.
what I'm saying is, if the world title don't want to, if the world champion doesn't want to entertain it, because they haven't got the mandatory status, they might have to go through that process. What I'm saying is, there's, you know, what it's like in boxing these days, politics, so many moving parts or whatever. Just joined by Lee. How are you, mate?
Looking good in there.
Yeah, feeling good, feeling ready. Had some great sparring this camp. Great training camp, ready to go.
When you started the year, did you ever think in your, imagination that you'd be fighting twice on a big Sky Sports show in Bournemouth?
Definitely not, mate. I've been very lucky, very fortunate to obviously be in the same town as Chris, but trust me, I'm the guy to take over and bring the shows down here. So you guys need to build me as much as you can, so I can bring the show down here.
Do you know what? You put on a great performance last time out in July. You know, it was one of those, and I was saying that you brought a huge crowd as well, 400 plus fans. Are we expecting the same here on Saturday night?
Exactly the same. I think a few more this time, because last time I was a late add to the bill. So Chris done a lot of my tickets. Obviously, we got a lot of mutual friends. So this time I sort of was on the bill straight away. I was on the main poster straight away. So I had my link straight away. So there's going to be a lot more fans, a lot of the Chaos fans there, and I'm buzzing for it.
How much do you know about your opponent? Have you seen much of him?
Joel Julio, he's fought the likes of Kirkland. He's lost recently to like the European champion in my weight and stuff, but fought for a world title. I think he's 39 wins, knocked out 33, so he's going to be dangerous. I've just got to be switched on. I know I've had good sparring with Liam Williams, Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly's number one sparring partner for his recent win. I know I'm ready for this, and I can't wait for the step up.
How good does it feel for boxing to be back in Bournemouth? You know, like last time, we keep talking about last time because atmospheric, it was just so atmospheric, it was unreal. It was like one of the best atmospheres I've been in for a long, long time. It reminded, actually, it was like old school, like 4,000 odd fans, and it was the way
get that with a smaller arena.
And it was like, it was better than any sort of stadium for atmosphere. I know we're expecting the same again, but how good is it for boxing to be back in Bournemouth? You've got to go back to the Freddie Mills days, really, for boxing to be as big then as what it is now.
Unreal. Obviously, me and Chris trained together as amateurs. Obviously, we were like the first two to actually do all right as amateurs. I weren't a great amateur, but I won the novices, and obviously I was behind Chris every step of the way. So we were the first two to sort of do all right in the amateur game for a long time, and that brought a lot of gyms down to Bournemouth. All load of gyms started opening up and stuff, going amateur. I think there was probably about 2 or 3 gyms when we first started. Now there's countless. I don't even know how many boxing gyms, whether it's white collar, amateurs. There must be like over 10 amateur gyms in just the space of Bournemouth pool. Do you know what I mean? So it's great that we've helped to build that. Obviously, Chris is heading all that up now, but I hope to follow in his footsteps next.
Brilliant. Lee, good luck. We'll see you on Saturday.
Appreciate it, guys.
See you Saturday.
See you there, man.
Yeah,
another
full of
lovely
confidence.
kid. Yeah.
Full of confidence.
And you know what? I think knowing who he's sparred and how hard he's trained, you can see he's ready. You can see it.
It's another step up for Lee, but he's one of them kids. I was speaking to him last time, and he was disappointed. He's saying, I should have been on TV times, should have got a TV slot, and everything. And he's sort of right, really, because he's an exciting fighter, he's heavy-handed. Do you know what I mean? He ticks all the boxes for TV, sells bundles of tickets. I hope he gets his opportunity, because he is one of those kids that I think that could develop into a really good fighter.
Really good,
you know?
A boxer, puncher.
Yeah.
He's got it all, you know.
Yeah, he has.
Not bad to look at.
No, well, yeah. No? I mean, yeah. You know, but look, he can fight. That is the bottom line of it. He can fight, and it's just good to have boxing back in Bournemouth, if I'm honest. Like I said, it's a bit cold out there now. But
it still looks nice. As I was driving out, it still looks beautiful.
It still looks beautiful, mate. And I'll tell you what else is going to be beautiful. Saturday night's boxing with these big fellas. Mate, you know, Nick Campbell's in the ring now.
Everyone likes the heavyweights. Nick Campbell is unbeaten.
Yeah.
He had a pretty tough fight last time out against Jay McFarlane.
He did.
It was a bit of there was back and forth in it. You know, I think in the end his autopilot and his conditioning saw him through that.
Yeah.
I spoke to Jay McFarlane the other day. He was just like, he wasn't really where he needed to be fit-wise for it. And eventually, if that's the case, it's always going to catch up with you. But Nick Campbell is big.
He's heavy-handed.
He is a bit straight up and down. Yeah, but it's good.
Do you know what I like about that, right? His opponent, Steve Robinson, who got beat last time out, actually, unexpectedly. Yeah. You know, he's one of those guys that Steve Robinson's a good fighter, but they're both very similar in styles, where they both love having a tear up, they can both be hit, and it's one of those they don't mind rolling the dice.
This is one of the ones that will definitely end up on TV, whether you like it or not, and you will like it. This is one of the ones that ends up on TV. This is going to be all action.
This is going to be explosive. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they are like stylistically made for each other. These two. This is the one when I see the bill and I'm looking through the card and everything. I was thinking, yeah, that's good, that's good. Lot. Dan Aziz Rocket Building, great fight. Let's see what's what. Nick Campbell versus Steve Robinson. Yes, please. Do you know what I mean? For that reason,
fight.
because
honestly, it's a.
Realm on, ding ding, roll the dice.
There you go. There you go. Straight in the middle of the ring. No one's taking the outside.
And that's what you can see here. Look, if you watch him on the pads, everything is like, everything's straight, straight, not a lot of movement, heavy-handed.
Another lovely lad. Where are the horrible boxers? Where are they?
We've all retired. Exactly, mate.
Yeah, it looks nice and big, nice and strong.
Looks relaxed, looks focused, you know?
Speaking of Glasgow, it does look like we will return there early next year.
Yes. Yeah, actually, you know, talking about what we got coming up, 2023, 2022 was good. We had a lot of fights, we had a lot of cancellations as well.
When you
fights
consider
falling through.
It was boxers' first ever year.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to really be the baptism of fire. No one's really meant to work with you.
Yeah.
You're meant to almost fall short a little bit.
Yeah.
But it has not been that way.
Yeah.
Honestly, boxers have gone from strength to strength. We've done everything. We put on pay-per-view shows. Huge. I mean, some of the fights that have been free to wear have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
Women's card, you know, what a year.
This fight, this is the final show, obviously, on 17th. This is a good show, you know.
It is.
If you look through the card and you look at the fighters and the fights that are actually on, you go, you know what? Not a bad way to end it. It has been a great year.
And when you look at it, you know, cruiserweight-wise, this is ridiculously good, you know?
Yeah.
We've picked up a lot of cruiserweights throughout the year. We've got Billam Smith on there. You've got Vidal Riley on there.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll be having a look at each other. I've spoken to Vidal many times recently, and he's really beginning to have a look. He doesn't see himself as a novice. He doesn't see himself as, you know, outside of the mix. He thinks he can mix it with the best now.
He wants to fast track himself. I know that.
He fought like
back from the
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he's just like, nope, I'll get back out.
Yeah. He's looking to. He's at that stage though where he doesn't need a big development. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes, he needs rounds under his belt, but he's got that experience. He's been over to the States. He had his first couple of fights over in the States.
Yes.
You know, he's been training with the Mayweathers, etc. The kid's got a lot of experience.
Yep.
Last time out, he wanted to go out there and he wanted to make a statement. I think he done that actually.
I think he did.
I think he done that. You know,
I mean, his last 2 performances have been devastating stoppages.
Yeah, sure.
They really have. You know,
Yeah.
he can punch. Maybe people aren't talking about it as much as they should be, but he can punch. You know, he's not really landing clean. And the guys are going over and they're not getting back up. They're not getting stopped on their feet. They are going, really going.
Sure.
So, yeah, top future, big future for Vidal Riley.
Absolutely. But back to these guys here, Nick Campbell and Steve Robinson. It's a sort of crossroads fight for these two.
It is, yeah.
Campbell, what is he, 5 unbeaten?
Yep.
5 unbeaten going in. Robinson's coming off that loss. It's a sort of must-win fight for Robinson so that he keeps that prospect thing alive. You know, he doesn't want to start getting to that, well, do we want him as an opponent?
Yep.
So he needs to go out there, he needs to make a statement. It was a big shock, Robinson getting beat last time. Campbell come through a good fight, but had his moments as well in there. His opponent had his moments. McFadden had his moments in there as well.
And that is the thing, you know, at this level and at this weight, one shot can really turn these fights all the way around, you know.
Absolutely.
So we saw the upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the undefeated
Robinson would get straight back out there, but he said mentally he wanted to take some time out.
I understand that. I understand it.
So hopefully now he's in a really good place, and you know,
sure.
he must be. It's a tough fight for him. He has to. Yeah.
And his opponent Saturday evening, the other
We told you that we are going to get
the card. He comes to us from Newcastle and he goes by Drago. Here is Steve Robinson.
Where?
Yeah, I've sort of got that.
So basically, what's going to happen is we're going to watch Steve Robinson have his workout, and when he gets out the ring, I'm going to go here, and we're going to have a quick chat.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
But listen, this is now a situation that Steve Robinson's in where he has to make a statement. You know, he has to make a statement. He's had this big opportunity, big platform. Ivan Drago look-alike. You know, he's captured the imagination of the people. Now he has to show us whether he can fight. You know, a slip up last time, maybe underestimated his opponent, was taken by surprise. But now, like you said, he could have gone straight back in there. He decided not to. He wanted to mentally get himself right. And now he has to deliver. That's where we're at with him right now.
You know what? You know, mentally he would have had to exercise some demons. He must have done it because he has now taken a very dangerous fight. You know, this is not a fight that you can really even pick a winner. You know, it is that tough of a. A lot of people want to get back on the horse, but be given a soft touch. You know, just to get their confidence back up. Straight back in, tough opponent.
With these guys, Nick Campbell and Steve Robinson, similar bouts. You know, they both had 5 fights. I think Robinson's won 4, they lost his last one. Campbell's unbeaten, but they're both at that stage where you go, right, let's see what one's going to push on, you know, and it's early in their careers, really, because you normally get like these sort of fights when they're both 9-0, 10-0.
I'm going to have a look. I've got a vague memory of Robinson having a fight in between. I'm going to actually...
I'm not sure he did.
Alright, let's have a look.
He's just getting his gloves done up now, just going through that. He looks nice and relaxed in there, though, to be fair. You know,
he does.
For a guy that's on this, you know...
Yes, he did. He had a fight, and guess what it was?
Go.
Bournemouth.
There you go. There you go.
Phil Williams, after the Shane Gill loss. Okay, so I take it back. He did have not a soft touch, but he
got back to winning ways.
Back to winning ways. This is a real fight now.
This is crossroads fight for both these guys. You know, like I said to you, like the winner pushes on, the loser has to go back. Look, not saying, look, you've lost a fight, it's the end of your career. But what I'm saying is, it's that rebuilding process, taking another year to get back to where you was. You know, for the winner of this, you can sort of push him on, look to get, developing in another couple of fights, get him into area titles, English titles maybe next year. So it's an important fight for both of these guys.
It is quite scary how similar they are in terms of, they really want to throw straight shots.
Well, you're right in what you said, though, that it's one of those that these guys now are so big, the one little fundamental mistake, and they made to pay the price, and the whole game changes. So like, look at the size of him there, right? Look at the size of Steve in there, and we just see Nick Campbell in there before, equally as big. There's no way you're not going to get one shot is going to turn it all around. So they have to be so clever in their approach. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you can't be too negative, but you also can't roll the dice too much.
You get clipped on the way in, all of a sudden the whole fight changes.
Absolutely.
It is really, it's high stakes stuff up at that weight, it really is.
Yeah, but he looks nice and relaxed, he looks nice and focused.
Quick jab for a short, a heavy man.
Yeah. It was a big surprise when he lost that fight. Huge surprise, no one expected.
What?
But
Shane Gill is good.
It
was Shane Gill that beat him.
But what I'm saying is, he looked like a guy in the first round where he thought, I didn't realise what I was going into. And when a fighter does that, it's like it becomes a mental battle. The psychological game kicks in. He hadn't been there before, so he didn't know how to deal with it, and you could see that in him. As the rounds were going on, he was struggling more.
Yeah, it was the movement, Shane was a little bit too cute. You could tell he had a very fluid style. It's the complete opposite style to what Steve Robinson had.
Absolutely.
So it didn't go as well, and I'm sure if he fought Shane again, we should probably be looking at that, but if you fought Shane again, it would be a different fight.
Well, listen, it's a fight that he has to look at again, because he's got to put those demons to bed, and he has to clear that up to move on and do what he's doing, So like I say, Nick Campbell's a big test for him right now to come back, in his second comeback fight and take on Campbell, say, well, You know, is it one of those that they feel that they need to do?
Yeah.
Or is he oozing confidence? Is he one of the guys that goes, give me that, I need that fight, because I want to show you what I can really do.
I'd be interested to know if they've done much sparring, you know, one being from Newcastle, one being from Glasgow. It's not a million miles away.
No, I'm sure they probably shared the ring before. I wouldn't surprise me, if I'm honest. Maybe a question that we can ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
But they see, like, this is the different approach that we see with these guys, yeah? That some of them, like we say, let's take Corey Gibbs for an example, come out of here sweating like mad, had a workout in there, used that as a workout. Whereas Steve Robinson is slightly different. He's working more on tactics, working on stuff, working on angles, you know, practicing stuff, going through like routines and stuff. That's what
he does look a lot cuter. I'm not sure if you can use that for a heavyweight, but he does look a lot cuter than he did. Ultimately, I don't think this is a fight that we'll be hearing the final bell to, though.
No, I totally agree with that. I think that stylistically they're made for each other. Exciting fight. And neither guy, there's not a lot of lateral movement from neither guy. They both can be hit, but they both like to sit in the pocket a little bit as well. You know, mix all that in a bowl. Mix all that in a bowl.
And get a KO.
And I can't hear the final bell. I can't hear the final bell.
Nah, I think there's a very small chance of us hearing it.
Yeah.
You know, there is quite a lot on the line though, so there might be more negative than usual.
But we're talking heavyweights here. You know,
negative can it
we're
be?
talking so let's do it. You got heavyweights, platform, opportunity. You know, like I say, like sling those in the bowl as well.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, I still can't hear it. No final bell.
Exactly.
No final bell.
Exactly.
Pretty
But
long
yeah, do you know
workout.
what it is though with Steve? He's having a long workout in there, but I'm impressed with what he's working on, because what was missing last time was lateral movement.
Yeah.
He was going back in straight lines, getting caught with shots, you know, every time getting hit with a right hand, and things weren't going his way, but he never had the ability to adapt in the fight. He's obviously gone back to the drawing board and gone, right, let's right the wrongs. And you're seeing that in there from him, you know, he's throwing the jabs, he's slipping down, throwing jabs, being creative. That's what was missing when he lost his fight.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
He is a heavyweight, heavy-handed. He is not super fluid.
Yeah.
You know, he's more of a heavy punching. You know, there's a huge presence there.
One of those guys that likes to knock people out.
Likes to knock people out. Does making him a bit more cute potentially make him easier to fight?
No, I think what it was when we saw him box last time, not last time, the time before, when he lost his fight, his opponent started hitting him with right hands and think, no, I hit him with a right hand. Now, if you get him with a right hand, you think, right, I've been hitting with a right hand, what am I going to do? Next time I'm going to go like that, I'm going to go like that, I'm going to go like that, I'm going to do anything but go like that.
Yeah.
And he kept going like that, right? So what I'm saying is that he never had the ability to adapt in there, and I think with his style, if he can get inside, let those shots go and finish on a roll and not a punch, and don't come out in straight lines, you could see a much improved fighter. And so I'm liking what I'm seeing there, but whether he's got the ability to be able to transfer what he's doing there into the ring, then that remains to be seen. But what I'm saying is he's on the right. From what we're seeing, you go, I like what I'm seeing.
You can see the change. You can definitely see the change. For Nick Campbell, it's kind of business as usual. You know,
he's got no reason. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, he's got no reason not to. Like, we've seen Campbell where we've seen a bit of his character where he's had to bite on his gum shield a little bit against McFadden, and like sort of like, you know, like grit it out a little bit, take some shots, and he come through that. So he goes, well, listen, I don't need to try and mess around and change things. This man here's the one that's got to do all the changing. But from what we're seeing, that's what I'm liking that I see. That you know, the stuff that he should be working on, he's working on. Nick, how are you, mate?
Good, how you doing?
Looking good up there, my man. Feeling good? Yeah? Yeah. We're expecting an explosive fight. We were just chatting about it, me and Dan. We're expecting an explosive fight. Stylistically, you two are made for a good fight.
I think so. I think when two big men get in the ring together and start trading leather, 6'7", 18 stone, it's going to be explosive in it. So that's what the people want to see. I think that's what they're going to get.
Jump in there, jump in there.
I'll go in the middle. I'll go in the middle. Look at the size of these boys. Right. Nick, unbeaten. This is a tough test. Probably a fight that neither of you had to take, but it says fight of the night all over it. What kind of fight are you expecting?
Explosive, just said to Spencer there, you know, when two 6'7", 18 stone men get in the ring and start trading leather, it's bound to be explosive in it, and I think that's what everybody wants to see from the heavyweights, so yeah.
Last time out you had a tough fight, Jay McFarlane. There was a lot of back and forth. Do you feel like that gave you the gut check that you needed to be able to come through this fight, give you confidence?
Yeah, definitely, Jay. Listen, what Jay does outside the ring is a totally different thing from what he is in the ring. He's a tough man, he's got a lot of heart. I think his points decision loss against Guido Vanello proves that, you know, a top Olympic prospect. So I'm proud of the fact that I managed to stop Jay, and he's a tough man, like I say. So I think I learned a lot from it, and I can take a lot from it.
Steve, good to have you here. We've seen some changes, you know. I think in the ring you're looking a little bit cuter. You look fast, you look dedicated. Do you feel like you're in a much better mental place than you were before?
Mental place, definitely. I've always knew my ability. Last fight wasn't, you know, that's been gone, that's thrown out the window. It's time to show on the 17th of December what I'm about.
You were last out here in Bournemouth. You got the win. Same again on Saturday night?
Oh, listen, of course, if I didn't believe in myself, then I wouldn't be here. So, of course, I believe I'm going to get the win, and I'm sure Nick believes the same. We're, you know, like you said, we're two 70.5, 18 stone men going at it. So, one was going to come out victorious, and obviously, I think it's me, and he's going to think that's him.
This fight has all the familiar symptoms of a fight that is probably not going to hear the final bell. You guys are big and heavy and big punchers. Do you feel like at some point or another you're going to have to really dig in and you know, maybe just fight rather than box?
Definitely. Listen, you know, I'm not the greatest boxer. I'm a good fighter, but I think we'll see. I can't see it going past 6 for either one of us, and hopefully, obviously, like I say, I'm gonna come out victorious, and I'm sure Nick thinks the same. But I can't see it going the 8 rounds at all.
A lot of respect being shown here. Nick, what do you think? You know, how far does this fight go? Who wins and how?
Listen, I've said from the start, you know, I'm here to do whatever it takes to get the win. Whether that be points, whether that be stoppage. So headbutt, Glasgow kiss. But nah, listen, I've got a lot of respect for Steve. I've trained really hard for this fight. I don't think either of us need to trash talk one another. We're going to get in there and we're going to dust it up on Saturday and give everybody an amazing show. And that's what we're here for, innit? So there's no need to talk it up. Everybody will see on Saturday what we're about.
Weight-wise, you're both very heavy. There's no limit for you to have to. No, you're heavy boys, guys. Listen, not me, fellas. Are you watching weight? Do you think about weight when you come in and you're fighting somebody else that is the same physical size as you?
Nah. No. Listen, I've been a professional sportsman since I was 18 years of age, playing against Kiwis at 22 stone and all that, so I don't care, do you know what I mean? It's just, that's what it is. I couldn't even tell you what weight I am, so when I jump on the scales tomorrow, you'll find out, but I don't really care.
Steve, what about you?
I'm very similar. I don't, you know, I know when I'm feeling heavy in myself, when I'm out on my runs and my hips and my knees are sore, and I'll drop that back down, but when it comes to weight, I don't know whether I'll be 109, 115. You know, I fluctuate between them all. I'm not really arsed as long as obviously I'm fit and I feel good in the ring. That's all that matters.
A luxury only for heavyweights, I guess, right? No weight to make, guys.
People say that, but you're still, you know, you're all what you eat type thing, and I'm sure Nick knows, you know, you have to diet, you have to still be watching what you eat. So people think, oh, he's heavyweight, he can eat what he wants, but it's not like that.
Any final words?
Good luck, and I'll see you on Saturday.
All the best, big man.
Lots of respect. Good luck Saturday night. I lost my partner. I stole another one. Johnny Nelson. Hello, mate.
Our heavyweight.
Hey.
These are some little microphones,
They're
man.
tiny. They are tiny.
Drago.
Huge bill.
Steve Robinson.
We're back in Bournemouth. It's December this time. It's not the same as it was.
Nobody going in the sea having a little skinny dip.
Spencer said he's doing it.
Is he doing it?
He said he's
I'm
doing
filming
it.
that. I am filming that. He ain't doing that. He'll shrink even more. Trust me.
I've got a feeling he's going to do it.
If he does
I've got a feeling he's going to do it.
If he does it, I'll do it.
What fight are...
I just lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. I won't. It's a lie.
He's going in. He's going in the ocean.
I'm lying, man. I'm lying.
Up next,
Yeah,
What fight on this bill are you most looking forward to?
Of course, Billam Smith wanted boxing in Bournemouth for a long time. Now he's got his wish. Cracking fight against Isaac Chamberlain and put people on the map. And I think now I expect Billam Smith to get this job done with ease. Billam Smith's in the top 5 of every governing body. His opponents, number 9 with the WBO, 14 IBF, WBC 26. So Chris should get this job done. Caroline Dubois just getting in the ring now. Caroline, and a talent. The talent that this young girl's got is ridiculous, but give it time. The fight that I've got my eye on is Dan Aziz, Rocky Fielding. Rocky Fielding, I thought Rocky had gone. I thought Rocky was living in Dubai. On paper, Rocky, this is the tough fight.
Yeah, of
and
course
Dan could come up on stock.
Yeah.
Rocky can punch.
Yeah.
Rocky's got more experience, so it's a case of how much has Rocky Fielding got left.
Yeah.
Because if he's got a fraction of what he had left, I'd say 80% of what he has left, he beats Dan. It's no secret I'm a massive fan of Dan.
Yeah.
It's no secret I rate him massively.
Yeah.
But I know this fight is a big gamble, and so we'll show us how well I do.
When you look at the record of Rocky Fielding, he's only lost to the best of the best. Canelo Alvarez and Callum Smith, I think, are the only 2 losses on his resume. He's better than what maybe people give him credit for. So let's presume that he is still got everything in the tank.
There you got a problem.
Boxers say what they're supposed to say.
So what'll happen is Dan has to win by pressure, pure pressure, because Rocky can punch. Rocky has experience, and Dan only wins by pure pressure. He can't give this man time to breathe. He's got to put the pressure in. He can't afford a lackluster performance like in his last fight. He needs to be on point, because if he's not, he loses.
Yeah, 100%. We are going to swap over to
Sky Sports. Yeah, we're going to.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you on Saturday night.
He left me alone, I was out in the rain. So I took the tubs to catch my range. Fight. I hit him with left, right, wrong, up. Chicken ain't so when they get in touch. Now they couldn't move me, I know they bluffing. I never lose like I run with the champions. Never lose out on a chance, so precious. Looking at me like I'm really insane, but I took the time just to practice my range. Yeah.